All right, what's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here, aka the Geek. You guys know me from DFS Army and Sharp. And today, I wanted to do another demo of the new tool, the arbitrage betting tool that we released last week. We dropped it last week over at Sharp App, and I've been printing with ever since. So I want to kind of go over the basics. I've been using this now. I started last Thursday, so I've had a little more than a week of use on this thing, about 10 days or so. And I'm going to just give you a little view of my tracker since I've been using this. We started on Thursday right here. This is my my tracker. Just a little bit of credibility or not, because this is my real betting that's going on. So green, just so much green. This is pretty much all arbing. I do mix in a couple of straight plays, like here's a little Florida money line action we won earlier today. But for the most part, this is mostly arbing. Like on Saturday, I got some UFC bets in there that lost, not arbs. But for the most part, it's profitable. Or here it was. This was Saturday, the UFC, and here I made an error. But mostly all green, as you can see, and any losses here were pretty much just from not just doing my normal bets. So arbitrage betting is a system where pretty much every bet that you're going to make is going to be a profitable bet. It's 95%. Every once in a while, there's little things that happen. You got to get used to it. It's not all fun and games, and there's a process to it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But first, I want to kind of show the tool on screen, and I'll show you what's happening on screen. Note, oh, here we go. A FanDuel versus DraftKings just popped up. That's a rare one. So here we go. FanDuel. Here we go. DraftKings. If they are both still there, that's plus 104. Let's see if the other one's still there. Plus 105. And bam, make that money. Oh, shit, I'm not logged in. Oops, should have been logged in. That's on me. Did I get this one? Yes. Did I get this one? Did I get this one? You just seen it happen in real time. There it is. Okay, so in a lucky event, oh, there's another one. Oh, this is too much. I don't even want to do this demo because the money is too good. What are you doing, Kev, right? Here's another one, Scotty Barnes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Plus one. I want to show you what I'm doing here, but Caesars rarely works. So we'll see here. Scotty Barnes. Minus 115. See, it already changed. All right, so I'm going to relax and let me show you exactly. I just did an arb live in real time where I cannot lose on that bet. So let's go back and actually look at what did I just do, Kevin? What did you just do? Is this real? Is this in live time? Did you just arb and make money? Yes, it's that simple, and I'm going to explain how this works. Right. So let me go to my bets, and I'm going to show you the bet I just put in before. Get this out of here. All right, we put in Scotty Barnes over 12.5 plus 105. Then we went on DraftKings, right? Scotty Barnes under 12.5 plus 104. So you just watched an arb happen in real time. And let me explain what just happened. That was a bit of a, not a bad one, actually, not a bad ROI. But if this bet wins, the plus 104, very simple, I'm going to win $104. The $104 is going to pay 100. It's going to pay me back the 100 I put on this side, and I'll walk away with a profit of $4 on that one. If this one wins, the plus 105, then it'll pay me $205. I'll pay for the other bet, the 100, and I'll walk away with a profit of $5. And that, in a nutshell, is the basics of how arbing works. The sports books don't necessarily have direct communication with one another. They definitely don't have direct communication. There's more complexities. That was a small one, but I'll get to it. The sports books can't communicate with one another. They are setting these lines completely separate from other sports books. So what happens is there are moments and times when sports book lines get out of alignment. And in those moments, if we can catch both sides of it, we can do an arbitrage bet and lock in a profit, right? Now, you might be thinking, yeah, right, this sounds too good to be true. That's what I thought. We built this tool, and I was like, man, I hope it works. Okay, I knew theoretically that this was going to happen. that that's how it should work, but oh my God, how good it's been. Now, let me explain some of the advantages. You might have heard of arbitrage betting or maybe not. So, well, what's so special about this tool? The big difference between the Sharp App version of this tool and pretty much every other version out there, outside of maybe one, I believe actually out of none, the vast majority, like there's a few arbitrage tools that exist that I've seen. They exist on a massive delay. You're talking about 1 to 2 minutes from when the sportsbook puts that number out until it gets to your screen. So you might be saying, what's the big deal? 1 or 2 minutes, that's nothing. On those situations, you will never get an arb ever, right? Because you're competing with this. And so you'll never actually be able to successfully bet one. It's that simple. What Sharp App did that's different is we are bringing the arb to your screen within a second of it being released, right? And if you'll note, right here on screen, we have something called auto refresh, which no one else seems to have, or very few other sports betting sites in general have, or you have to pay a massive premium to get it. So these are changing on screen in real time. So that's the basics. Why is this a special tool? It's because the speed, the cost for us to make this happen is enormous. And I get why other places could never do it, because it's an enormous cost. Bringing it from sportsbook to screen in seconds, the update time, the speed itself is unmatched. So that's really the major edge here, because I get a lot of questions. Is this too good to be true? Why won't other people catch up? Blah, blah, blah. Our lead developer for this tool has already been interviewed by tech magazines. He's got front page on some of the tech companies that helped us bring this tool to life at the speed that it is. So that's the basic of why this particular version is awesome. Now, let's get into what we have going on here with this tool. So you just watched me live arb. Kevin just made money while doing the video. I hope another one pops up. I normally don't do these unless they're closer to 3%. So I'm looking at this arb percentage. It's about 3%. I might, this one here with Grimes, it's just teetering on the edge at 2.2. So I'm not doing it. But let me get into a little bit of how this works and the how-to. It's not all fun and games. There's buttons you have to click. You have to sign up for a bunch of sports books. You need a bunch of outs. Now, personally, I'm based in New York State. Where do you find this? This is on the Sharp app. So sharp.app is the website. Sharp.app. And it's the Pro Plus plan at Sharp App that has access to this tool. So this tool you're seeing on screen here, this is called Sharp App, right? And Sharp App has a bunch of stuff going on, some basic content going on here. We have one of the best odds screens you're ever going to see, live real-time odds, everything you need here as far as that goes. And of course, down here, you have the arbitrage tool. All right, we've got our top props tools. Well, there's a lot of great stuff going on at Sharp App. Here's Darth Pasta, who great to have you in the chat here. Darth, I believe, is in Texas. They don't even have legal sports books in Texas, but you can arb from Texas. You could do this from California. I'm going to explain how. All right, so right here, you have your sportsbook drop-down menu. And again, one of the differences between what we have going on here at Sharp App and any other thing that you might have seen, or just about anything you might have seen, is every single sports book and out pretty much in existence is here. Okay, there's over 100 in total. So whatever sports book or out you have will be here. Now, this first section here, when you sign up for Sharp App, this is geolocated to where you are. So this will find all of the sports books potentially wherever it is that you are. The legal US-based sports books, right? You might have none. You might be in California. You might be in Texas. None of these work. That's okay. Down here, you have fantasy sites, which do exist in other states that aren't necessarily betting states. So you have these sites. And there's a couple that I recommend from this group. Primarily, the one that I've used the most, the ones that I'm using the most are Novig, Rebet, and ProfitX, which shows up down here in this global menu right there, ProfitX. Now, these are all different types of sports books. Up here, you have your general standard sports books you play against the house. The challenge and the danger with this type of sports book is, ooh, there's a juicy one that just popped up. Wait, let's see if we can get it. Oh, Bet Rivers, Harden over 5.5. Rebounds. Let's see if we can find that one. Where are we? Oak City, LA. We'll see if we can get this one's going to be a tough one to pull up because some sports books will not. Oh, there it is. Oh, it loaded right up. Plus 120. Oh, so okay. So I clicked it, and here down here the bet loaded up. Let's see if we can get the other side plus 120. So no vig is the other side of this one, guys. I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to try. No vig is only an app, right? So Oklahoma City. Let's go. Is it gone? Oh, it's already gone. Let's see if I'm going to see what happened to it. But notice it's already gone. I moved slow. Oklahoma City, and that was Harden rebounds. Let's see if it's still here. Rebounds. Harden under 5.5 is minus 112. That's no good. They got rid of it. Over 5.5 plus 120. So right now I can do this one kind of minus 112 plus 120. I don't. The numbers aren't that great there, so I'm gonna skip it. But man, that was close, right? I was a little too slow. Best way to track these bets. That's perfect. Great question. Right here, I use this tool called Pickit. It's a free tool that you could just download, and it will automatically track everything that you're doing. I think it's actually very important to track this stuff. And I have a lot more. I have a lot more to talk about, but this tool really was helpful for me. You don't have to get the pro version. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't have any deal with them, but it's what I'm using. It's the best tool, I think, for tracking ARBs in real time. So I recommend that one. Savage. Main exchanges we need for this to work, and how much should we have? If we had 2,000. All right. Great. This is so good. I got to get into this, guys. So Savage, great question. You're the man, first of all. There it is again. Harden, minus 105. Wait, let's see. I might do it. It changed to 105. This still 120. Plus 120. Place the bet. 105. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I just did. Placed it. Bam. Oh, shit. I don't have enough money. Oh, no. Oh, I'm out of money. God damn it. I just fucked this up because I didn't realize I ran out of cash. And that's, $41. Jesus Christ. All right, let me get that in there. So I just messed one up. See, that's how it goes. You need to have money on the book, and I cannot do that and live stream at the same time. All right, so let's get back to this. And great question, Savage. Grab that ARB, though. That's a big 3%er, and I'm able to hit it right now. I just don't have money on my account. I just messed it up. But notice how these are happening in real time. So, Savage, the bet now, it depends where you are. What state are you in? But the best way to do this is to go to your state, turn on the ARB tool, and enable all of these sports books that I have enabled, or everything that you have plus these exchanges, and see what's popping up. I'm going to tell you guys that for me personally, being here in New York, and I'm not sure that means anything, the ones that I've had the best success with, ProfitX is by far the most important one. It's easy. It loads up on your computer. When you click the button, that makes it even easier. It has a desktop version, which is super helpful. Then the next one that I use the most frequently, the one I just ran out of money on, is called Novig. North Jersey, dude, is as good as it gets, Dix Insider. Because Jersey has the most outs of any state in the entire country. So Jersey is by far and away the best place to do this. But yeah, ProfitX, there's Darth Pasta, a must-have. Now, the difference between ProfitX and a sports book, there's so much to this, guys. You just got to get into it and start doing it. The difference between ProfitX and a sports book, ProfitX is an exchange, meaning the users on ProfitX are making the market, right? All of the volume. You're not buying your bet from the sports book. It's a user who's a market maker who's putting that liquidity there. What that means is ProfitX will never limit your account. They don't care. They just want your volume. They don't care if you win or lose. So ProfitX will never limit your account. I believe that Novig is the exact same way. From my understanding, that's an exchange as well, which means you cannot get limited there. The biggest risk factor for doing this, guys, the biggest risk factor is just getting limited at your sportsbook because you're beating them all the time. I already got limited in a couple days. I got a little aggressive. from BetMGM, and I got limited probably day 3 of arbing. Was a shame because BetMGM popped up a lot for me. It popped up a lot for me, so it's a shame. But I've since found out BetMGM is just so recreational. If you start beating them, they're going to ban you real quick. So it didn't matter. I was never going to last long there, right? But I do want to bet openly is, yeah, I mean, tell me more about Bet Openly. I don't know. I don't use that one. So tell me more about them. Are they in New York? I'd love to know. But can I use that here? But understand, all of these sports books are available in every state. I want to get into some of the meat of how to do this, but it starts with the sports books. Now, back to your question, Savage. I believe if you have $2,000 to work with, I would spread $500 a piece. I'd probably do 500 on Novig, 500 on ProfitX, and then 500 on maybe FanDuel and DraftKings, right? That's probably how I would do it. I have a couple of local books like FanDuel, DraftKings. FanDuel is very sharp, so they pop up all the time. FanDuel's also not very quick to limit you, so you could really get a lot of action going on FanDuel. They're a sharp book. You can get a lot of action going before they want to mess with your account. DraftKings is the other one. I've done a lot of that. And yes, ProfitX and Novig are the same concept as Bet Openly. Those are exchanges. You don't play against the sportsbook. That's why they're somehow considered legal. Don't ask me how. They get around some rules. I don't know how they do it, right? But it doesn't matter to me. These are legitimate businesses operating, so I don't care. All I know is I want as many possible outs as I can get. So if I'm in New Jersey, I'm going to have, and if I have endless money, which I may or may not, then I'm going to have liquidity available to me on as many sports books as possible. So doing this is very specific to your state and your area. My man Darth Pasta, he is in here, right? He's in Texas, and he's doing this from Texas. There's no DraftKings or FanDuel or anything like that. So Darth Pasta is doing exclusively exchanges, right? Exchanges and what we call fantasy sites like Flip. So we had the exchanges. I mentioned those guys. That's ProfitX, Novig, and I believe Rebet is another one that is an exchange, although I can't fully tell how the hell they operate, and it's a really weird one to work with. Don't get me wrong, but I made a lot of money on Rebet, so I'm not going to knock them too hard just yet, right? There's this thing called Onyx Odds, which I still haven't even downloaded yet, but I have it highlighted here because I want to see how frequently it pops up. Same thing with like Flip. Flip almost never pops up for me, so I didn't really feel much of a need to put a lot of volume on there. Yes, absolutely. So check this out. Here's a feature we just added, guys. So again, when you're using this tool, you're going to discover that at first I was like, yeah, right. I'm just sick of losing money betting. Like if I could just stop losing, that'd be awesome, right? And then you start to discover, wait a second, this really works, and I'm making money with every single thing that I'm doing. I got addicted to it. I went out to eat last night, and I started getting shaky, like I hadn't had a cigarette in a while. But it gave me that feeling of a nicotine craving because I was out of the house. I felt like I'm losing money by not arbing for those hours. Like it's just, yeah. So here, Pasta, you're using Flip. Really, Flip comes up a lot for you. It's funny. I haven't gotten a chance to use much Flip for whatever reason. It doesn't pop up for me that much, and I haven't yet downloaded Onyx. But yeah, I'm surprised that Flip is number one for you. For me, it's been ProfitX and Novig the most, and I'm pairing them up with all these other books. Right, but back to the story. When you start doing this, and you see this ability to make bets without losing, this is an income. This is a side hustle business, right? You can do this all day. You need liquidity. So, hey, you've got to raise some capital in order to get it going. And my man Savage, 2,000, it's on the light side, but it's enough to do it. I would split it 500 across those 4 books, right? If you can get to $4,000, yeah, maybe about 1,000 on each of those. And if as you start to arb and make money, you can spread your wings, add Rebet into the mix, right? You want to be observing this screen in your state to see which books are popping up the most. And that way you could figure it out. One of the cool things is I don't necessarily want to be competing with every single one of you either using this tool. So the more outs that you have and the more outs that I have, the more my screen is showing stuff that maybe your screen doesn't. So if I chose to go online and get a Bovada, or I get a Bet Online, or I get an some Canadian, or if I get a books, or if I get Pinnacle or something like that, well, now I'm not as competing with everybody else because I've got more outs. College basketball, profit flip combos. Yeah, that's why I'm not seeing flip. By the way, this has been critical for me on college basketball because I can't bet player props in New York for college basketball on traditional sports books, but they do pop up on Flip and those and on Rebet and ProfitX. So I've been able to do them doing that. I want to show you guys some of the plays I got in earlier today. You watched me. This was really cool because you got to watch me do one in real time. But before that, and I still have to finish that one out. See, I'm here now, and half of my ARB is unhedged, which is making me uncomfortable, right? But video more important than completing the hedge. I got to add money to my what the hell was it, Novig account when I get off of this stream. But I want to show you guys what I have just in play right now, and I want you to understand that these are happening for real. Here's a great one. I did this earlier. Russell Westbrook, under 12.5 rebounds and assists, plus 106. Over 12.5, plus 105. We're winning, right? We're making money on that one, no matter what happens. How about this one? Dyson Daniels, steals, 250 at plus 108 for the over, 250 at plus 105 for the under. These are plays that I did today, just sitting here fucking around. Okay. Does this keep going? Where's this one? Tobias Harris, 3-pointers, plus 175. Let's see. Where's the other side to that? I don't even know how this damn tool works. I know I have both sides of that one as well. Don't know where it is, but it's there. It exists, right? So here, Jamal Sheed, plus 100. I feel like this tool didn't pull up all of my bets. Yeah, and these ones here, by the way, anytime when on my screen you see a 50, these were just Proptimizer plays. So I do add into my mix regular against the spread plays from the Proptimizer tool. But yeah, so you could see some of these that are matched up. I think there's more. It's just I don't know how to scroll to the next window here to see the rest of this stuff. But let's see, Shai Gilgis. Where's the other side to that? Yeah, it's not showing all the bets on the screen. Open. Yeah, here we go. Okay, this will show more. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Here's the Westbrook one. You can see that one. Oh, every single one of these is an ARB, is covered on both sides. But for some reason, this thing doesn't allow me to scroll down. Let me go back to that page. Yeah, bet breakdown. Closing line value bets, 100 of them. Right now, it's giving me dynamic profit projection. So this is a pretty cool tool in general. Let's go back to this tool, though, and just really show what's going on here. So again, on-screen adjustments in real time. I got to put money in my Novig account at this point. But let's see here. Haywood Highsmith, under 3.5 rebounds. I'm going to click on that. And again, DraftKings, if that market exists, there it is. It loads it right in my ticket, so it makes it super convenient. Minus 125. I'm going to double check it. Now I'd go to Novig, and it's a plus 137. So I want to talk about the math of how I would do this one, right? So one of the things this tool does is, first of all, it shows you if you wanted to bet it so that it's a fairly even win. It says here, bet 100 on this side at minus 125, and bet 76 on this side at over 3 at plus 137, and no matter which way it goes, you're pretty much going to win $4, right? Now, the way I do these, I don't always do them like that. I don't like typing in these numbers. That's an okay way to do it, but the way I've been doing it is on the plus money side, I just bet 100, and on this side, I'll just bet to win 100. So I'd bet $125 here. I'd bet 100 here. Now, the way I've been doing it doesn't. Yeah, here's another great one. Yeah, plus 100, plus 111. I mean, you guys are seeing this in real time, right? These plays are popping up. understand what our edge is. Our edge is that we're seeing this faster than the next people, right? Here it is. Plus 100, it's live. I need to put money in my Novig account. I'm missing this. But certain sports books, you can't click on. You have to have the app ready to go on your phone. It'd be helpful to have like maybe an iPad or something where you can have that open in front of you. And that's part of the learning process. So when you sign up for this tool, guys, and if you guys want to sign up, the first 100 people that sign up for this tool, they're getting an extra disc. We have it discounted from $250 down to $179 right now per month. And for the first 100 people, we're giving code founders because you're one of the founding 100 people to use this tool. And so you're going to get an extra $30 off. Now, you might be saying, Kev, $150 a month? What are you, crazy? That's a lot of money. That's a big, expensive sub. My wife is going to kill me. Listen, I can't help you with that shit. Here's what I can tell you, though. This is not a subscription where you're losing money. This is a business. And in order to run this business, you need this level of software. If you don't have super fast software, you will not be able to get these off. The way this is set up now, any person, Darth Pasta, you're doing this out in Texas, right? With no proper outs, minimal outs, only exchanges and fantasy sites, making $100, $150 a day. So if you extrapolate $150 a day, yes, or as fast. There's nobody who's faster than us. And there's only one other site that can match the speed of this tool. Only one. And it costs $1,000 a month or $500, depending on what version. So understand, there's only one competitor that exists that can compete with the speed. Every other version, I've seen 3 or 4 others, they're 1 minute to 2 minutes delayed. They can't do anything. So understand, when you subscribe for this, you're not subscribing to some, hey, here's what we think is a good bet today kind of service. Although we have all the other stuff too. Of course, we have our Proptimizer and a lot of the menu with the Sharp Bets. We have all of the tools that come with Sharp App that are spectacular just on their own. But this tool is giving you wins every single time. It's popping up all throughout the day. And you're able to make a couple of $100 a day doing this. I've done as much as $400 in a day and as little as $150. But every single day, especially when the NBA is going, because NBA has tons of props, and college basketball, if you're not in my state, you could bet on college props. There's so many outs for this stuff. As a matter of fact, for this tool, we're still going to add tennis. We're still going to add MMA. There's a 9%er. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Let me see if oh, my, 12%. Holy shit. Hold on. Let's see if we can get that. All right, let's do a Profit X. I'm going to show you how to bring it up on Profit X. So this is Jameson Battle, rebounds over 4.5. Let's take a look. Rebounds. Let's look for it. Here it is, over 4.5. All right, so it's important to understand. Oh, wait. Oh, we do have it. Only $11 of. All right, I'm glad that this one popped up because I want to show you guys something. Profit X in particular, okay? Liquidity. So you get excited over, here it is, 4.5, and it's gone. There was only $11 worth of liquidity on that play. So if I would have gotten crazy and bet the other side $100, come back here trying to get it, it's gone, or there was only $11 worth of liquidity, that would not be a proper ARB. So what happened just there is there was only $11 of liquidity available on this over, so it was fake. And by the way, more often than not, if you see a 12%er, it's not real. I'm seeing some other stuff with this battle guy. There's Fliff, but let me see this one with Bridges. Again, this one was Bridges over 3.5 assists, right? Plus 126. So I'm going to go to it. Assists, Bridges over 3.5 plus 130. But again, only $53 worth of liquidity. And then it goes down to 121. So not enough liquidity there really for me to get excited about the play. $50, I could do the deal, but to load up Caesars takes forever, and I'm not ready with this one. Caesars will not auto load a bet slip, so then I have to go find it. That was what? By the time I find it, it'll be gone, but Miles Bridges over 3.5 assists. So let's see if we can find it. Now it's already to 4.5. So it's already gone. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. If you make a mistake, you can give back all of the profit that you've worked for all that day. Or sometimes you make a mistake and it works in your favor. That's kind of how it goes. That's the nice thing about the errors that you make. Half the time they work in your favor because these are 50-50 bets anyway. So that's the baseline of how this tool works. I track, so I do these all throughout the day. I just keep the screen kind of open on my computer. Oh, yes, great question. And this is another important thing. This is very, very important. Account health. The purple pyramid means that is an alt line. Let me see if I can find one. There it is. Okay, that's an alt line. Can you see that? So I got my 10 ARB commandments, guys. And you've already seen, I've been sitting here for 5 minutes. I've got a couple of ARBs off. They're popping up nonstop. It's like endless. I really want to do some of this. I can't, I'm live streaming. There's a 7% ARB available. Right? Oh my gosh. Aren't you guys wanting to hit these and make some fucking money? Right? So here's the thing. Account health is really, really important. If you are a new bettor, you didn't even, and you just join up to Caesars, and all of a sudden you're hitting volume on ARB alts for weird markets, they're going to be like, I don't know what this guy's about. I don't like it. And very quickly, your account is going to get limited. So for account health purposes, there's a couple of things that we want you to avoid. Now, number one of them is there's a filter here, and I love this, that says require an exchange in bet order. So this means that it will not show ARBs unless, like, it's not going to show a FanDuel versus DraftKings at all, which is probably for the best, or a Caesars versus MGM. It's only going to show ARBs where one side of the bet is either an exchange or a fantasy site or a non-traditional type of sportsbook, right? That's for account health. If you just keep betting crazy alt lines, you're probably going to get limited quick. So we generally want you to avoid alt lines if you're betting on a traditional sports book like Caesars. Account health is critical. So stick to safe bets. Avoid things like turnovers, blocks, steals. Stick to the points, rebounds, assists, or PRA type stuff. You have to look. Your betting habit has to look like a casual bettor. We're sharps. We're betting sharp. We're winning all the time. But the nice thing about this is you're winning on one side, you're losing on another. So your betting pattern does look like it's winning and it's losing. That's fine. But you want to continue to be a casual bettor. Stick with the recreational markets. And you want to put your liquidity on the sports books that show up the most on the screen. So earlier, my man Savage was asking, where should I put my liquidity? The answer is sit down, open up this screen, see what sites are popping up a lot, especially when it comes to the like ProfitX. It's definitely always going to be ProfitX. You need that one and no vig. And again, I use a third one called Rebet, but this one here, this is a very clunky Rebet. I have a hard time recommending it. It's super clunky to use. And I don't think I like it, but it shows up enough that I have liquidity in there. And so I'm just going to keep playing that out. But avoid the alt lines if you can. So we're going to show them, but unless it's kind of an exchange alt line, I really generally am going to stay away from it. I'd rather do this one here like Daquan Jeffries. What's wrong with that? Plus 105. Again, I have to put some money on my no vig as I ran out of liquidity just now, but you're getting a plus 100 on that side. We're getting a on Novig it's plus 108. That's an 8%er, right? Here's another one that just popped up. Ooh, I can do this one. Hold on. Nick's gone already. Wait, there it is. Whoa, even better. Whoa, I don't have Novig ready. Jesus. Let's see if we can do this Nick Smith one in real time. Let's see. I'm going to try to do another one in real time during the stream. I don't know how else to demo this better than to show you guys. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. 5 ARB opportunities have already popped up. A lot of people are like, well, I'm going to sign up and there's going to be nothing. Maybe. Oh, that one's gone. Whatever that was, I can't even remember what it was at this point. Nick Smith, it is, yeah, it's already changed. But a lot of people think like, I'm going to sign up and there'll be nothing. Or you get so excited early, you do every single one, you put too much volume on it. Don't do that. You want to keep your bet size for these relatively small. We want to stay under the radar. don't notice me. Unless you're going exchange versus exchange, I think you're better off betting 50, maybe $100 max. Keep it small, keep it natural. When you're starting out using this tool, definitely keep it small. And that means practice for a day or two. Oh, here it is. It came back. Oh boy. Nick Smith Jr. What is this one? Under 17.5. And this one is over 15.5. Let's see if that's real. That's an actual middle, which is even cooler. First, you got to see if it pops up. Under 17.5 minus 105. All right. And we want, what's this other one? Points, rebounds. This is over 15.5. Let's see. PRA. Let's see if we can get it going. Nick Smith. I wish I was faster. I'll be more impressive for you guys. Here we go. Over. Oh, shit. 15.5. All right. $133. Place it. I took all the volume. Now I want to try to win back 133. So I'm going to bet 140. Place it. That was one of my best bets of the day. You guys just watched that in real time. Let's analyze what I just did. I don't even know what the fuck I just did. Let's analyze it. Okay, on DraftKings, I wagered 140 to win 273, which means I will profit on this bet, on this side of it, $133 if this side wins. Okay? On Novig, I bet 133 to win 178. So the 178, if this side wins, the 178 will pay 140 of this plus 50, 60, 78. So a $38 win if that side of the bet wins. If this side of the bet wins, and this one, let me make sure I didn't fuck this up, but if this side of the bet wins, I will simply break even. Yeah, if I hit the under 17, I will break even or win $5 or something like that, right? I'll win, this is 140, 50, 60, 73. I'll win $133 exactly, $33 exactly. So I will just pay for this other bet. It's an exact match. But if this side wins, I'm winning like $38. Right? And as a bonus, and why this one is like the best one I think I've ever done, unless I fuck this up, this one's over 15.5 and this one's under 17.5. So there's a middle opportunity where I can win both sides of that bet. I'm just sitting here doing this shit, guys, all day. I never arbed before 8 days ago. I've learned this all in the last week. It's super easy. It's crazy that I even have to like guys, this is a fucking money-making scheme that is staring you in the face. If you ever liked betting on sports, if you like doing DFS, if you love the action, you know how somebody told me that, Kev, I like betting and I like the action. I like the excitement of betting, blah, 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 gets my heart racing. And I get that. Me too, right? We're all fucking degenerates here. Okay, let's not mince words. We're all degenerates here. Okay, we all love the action. I get my heart was racing just now as I was placing that. I get the high from finding the arb and placing it and having it work. Okay, I don't even watch who wins. I don't care. At this point, I will watch this one because I can middle it. But the high from this happens when you find the arb. It's the best thing ever. So do you still get, yes, you get all this stuff. So you still get your crowns on DraftKings. You still get your points. So you're getting bonuses. And as a matter of fact, I have another thing. We just did a deal with a credit card company that I can share that with anybody who's interested. I don't, you probably have any really good credit. I just ordered one. But a credit card company that allows you to make deposits on these sites as purchases. So you get a 1% cash back when you make in deposits on these different exchange sites. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting that for myself. And then I asked them if they could set it up so I can share it with everybody, which I do have this, just a credit card and literally on credit. Now, I don't recommend generally, my concern is I don't ever recommend wagering or taking risks with credit card money because that's just stupid. But if you're using that to add an additional 1%, if you're using that to add an additional kind of 1%, it's not one time. I might make 10, 20 deposits of $1,000 or 30 deposits of $1,000 across these sites because the money's constantly going from one to another over the course of a month. So I'll get that extra 1% on that 30,000 or whatever amount. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not, because each day you're putting, if you're doing this right, and as you do better at it, you're able to put $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of action on every single day. And so, yeah, I drained, as you saw there, I drained my NoVig account because all the money went to ProfitX. All right, now I take that credit card, redo the NoVig account for $1,000 or $1,500, get a 1%. If you're going to do that, you must pay off that credit card every single fucking month, or it's a complete disaster. So, you know, I'm not going to, I really have a problem with, I'm worried about, I don't want anybody to do any degenerate behaviors, guys. Never gamble with money that you don't own. Don't gamble. This is not gambling, but don't gamble money that you don't have. You will become a degenerate. You will lose your family and you will be a bad person. And that's why arbing is so great. Because this is not risk behavior. This is the opposite. This is just working. You know, be good about it. Be smart about it. You're doing work here. Keep your head down, right? You can't, well, I don't want other people to lose. I won't lose, but I don't want anybody else to lose. So again, I don't recommend taking risk behaviors ever. But arbing is not risk. This is just something that you're going to make money doing if you do it right. You might make a mistake. You might lose money on one. I had it happen to me the other day. I did over twice on a play. I made a mistake. I wasn't paying close attention. So instead of doing an over and an under, I had 2 overs. It hit the under. I lost it. All right. Made a mistake. That's that down. I showed you that day. That's this day here on my calendar. Right? That was this one here. Cost me $200. I was arbing for the rest of the day. I was up $60, but that extra loss killed me. Yeah, I don't understand what anybody's waiting for, guys. This, if it becomes addicting. I didn't want to go out. I went out to dinner last night. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm missing out on money. It feels like every time I leave my computer, the biggest problem is you feel like every time you leave your computer, you're literally leaving money on the table. So sorry, it's going to give you that feeling if you have this. And nothing I can do about it. It happens to me. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. Lock me in my room and let me print cash all day. Right? Sorry. It's fun for me. But it's also a lot of fun to bet on sports and have your account increase every single day, because we're used to betting. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. You look at the end of it. You don't even want to look. Most of us have our eyes closed. I don't want to know what happened. When you sign up, when you do the picket, you will find out, though. It will track you back quite a long way. So it will let you know how you're doing. But that's the basics of this, guys. You want to have this tool. You want to set up your sports books. You want to set up your outs. You want to definitely have NoVig and ProfitX as outs. I recommend Rebet as well. There's a few other ones. Pay attention in your city. And then before you start to put any kind of serious money on any of this stuff, start with even a $25 size. Get the cadence of it. I'm not a young guy. I'm not an old guy, but my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm not the most technologically advanced. I got to, half of these, I got to open up my phone. I got to look for stuff. I got to look for markets. So in a week and a half, I've already learned how to kind of quickly find the markets that I'm looking for the sites that don't pull up with the Bet Now button. There are also sites, like I said, DraftKings, FanDuel, a couple cool ones. I wouldn't do this one, but how cool is it that I click this button and FanDuel loads up? Network issue. It's no longer available. Well, unfortunate that example didn't work, but how cool is it when you click this button and it just loads up the betting ticket with whatever the play is that you were looking to do, right? It's right there. It's loaded. It's ready to go. But I'm going to, again, say double check, do it carefully, do it. When you're arbing, you want to do this deliberately, meaning you don't want to just willy-nilly. You don't want to get excited and start clicking buttons. Double check both sides. Is it still there? Am I on the over? Did I make sure to click on the under on the other side? Just before you put the action down, take a breath. Make sure you got it right. Hit one side, hit the other side. Normally, the side you want to hit first is the side with the plus money. Minus money sides don't move as quickly as the plus money sides tend to. Now, that is not all the time, but that's more often than not. So I'm hitting the plus side first, then I hit the minus money side. I do it calmly. Again, you don't have to do Yeah, there. I mean, Darth, is there even a way to teach it? I kind of think like you have to just start doing it, and you start to notice some things. I'm trying to share with people, like, the biggest thing that came up for me that was a problem was on the exchanges, not in my first ever bet, not understanding that there was liquidity there, meaning that you had to wait and make sure that you got your first bet, your full bet down. It's not like FanDuel or DraftKings, you hit bet, the liquidity is always there. On the exchanges, you have to actually pay attention to how much liquidity is there. So that took me a second to figure out. Not really any big deal, but it took me a second. I also quickly discovered that the most recreational sports books like MGM and my guess is Bet Rivers would be this way as well, and probably Caesars. Those guys are going to be pretty quick to shut you down if you start messing with alt lines or anything weird or out of the ordinary. One more rule of this, guys, is these get better, faster, and are less suspicious the closer to game time. So the average casual bettor is, if you're betting some props, you're probably doing it an hour or two before the game start. So if you're hammering these like for tomorrow's games tonight at midnight, the second the first props drop, even though that doesn't necessarily look like you're arbing, but it looks like it gives you the appearance of being a sharp. And certain sports books, if you even give off that appearance, will limit your account super fast. So protect your account health at all costs. Avoid alt lines and avoid anything that's going to look like not a casual bettor. Make sure you have outs with NoVig, ProfitX, Rebet, and Flip, or whatever those exchanges are that are available where you are. And just take it easy. Don't get too excited. Be aware that these are always popping up. Look at what's happening on screen. Even as we're sitting here, they're changing in real time. This one, the Daquan Jeffries one, has been sitting there for a while. I can't even go to NoVig. I got to add money. Got to figure out how to hedge out of that hardened thing and add the rest of it that I did at the beginning here because I didn't have enough liquidity in my account on that site. But how much liquidity? Yeah. And by the way, if you ever see two sides on the exchanges against one another, go crazy. That's another thing. Like if I have $1,000 on NoVig and the other side of this, right, is ProfitX, and for some reason they're matched up with each other, there's no concern about account being limited. I'll just put all my volume down for the day on that one spot, and I'm done for the day. I could put it all on there. You could take all of the action that you can handle on those books. So yeah, hopefully guys are getting something out of this and are kind of learning about how this works. I know it seems too good to be true, and I promise you, I've been doing this for the last 10 days, and it is awesome. It's like I keep waiting for the hammer to drop, and it hasn't dropped. At some point, I feel like stuff like this, who knows, but it hasn't dropped. Arbing has been going on since sports betting was kind of legalized. So I don't know that it's going to change anytime soon. The more people using this style of tool, maybe the quicker these will disappear. But again, we still maintain the edge here at Sharp App of having a faster odds to screen system than just about anything else out there that we've seen. So I don't think we're going to lose out too much. Certainly I could lose out because I'm a little slow to scroll on my thing. But if you guys, just be faster about it and be deliberate. Don't make mistakes. And this will be a potential second income for you that will make more money than a lot of people make in a month on their real job. I know it sounds crazy. It seems wrong, but it's not. It works. Guys, if you go to Sharp App now, if you have a Sharp App account, like let's say you have a legacy Sharp App, you've been there for a while or whatever, there should be a little button up here that says upgrade. You'll have to upgrade to Pro Plus, the Plus plan, but we've got it discounted currently down from $279 to $179. And again, for founders, for the first 100, so this promo code is going to end automatically when we hit 100 subscribers, and we're something in the 70 range now. For founders, you use code founders, and it knocks an additional $30 off. So you'll be locked into having this tool for as long as you want it, and it will not change in price for $150. This plan will also be receiving, when we load it, when we complete it, our middling tool and our EV value finder tool. So we're going to have a bunch of other tools that get added to the Pro Plus plan as well. So it's super worth it to lock that in now at the founder price, because I promise you, you're going to be looking at a subscription that costs $279, eventually $350, and eventually $399 a month. That is our plan. We will continue to raise the price for new people coming on board as we sell these subscriptions, because we want to actually limit the total number of people using this tool. Having 500 people will, that's still totally acceptable, and it really won't affect too much. But if we have 5,000 people on this, it will make it more difficult for us to hit these spots, because we'll be competing with each other. Like, I don't know where you guys are. You're not in New York. I'm in New York, so I'm on different sports books. Like, the first 100 doesn't matter, first couple hundred. But once we start to get into the thousands, it really actually does start to affect your ability to get stuff down. So the way we're going to slow that down is by raising the price. We will always keep the price the same for the founders as long as you're still subscribed. So lock it in now. I'm telling you, later on, you're going to say, oh my God, I have to pay $3.99 a month now. Holy shit, I should have done it when Kevin said for $1.50. I didn't believe him. I don't know what you don't believe. I'm showing you these plays on screen. I don't know how to make it any simpler. Oh, there was here, exchange versus exchange. This is gold, guys. This is the golden unicorn. I need to put money on my Novig, but I just want to show you what's going on. This is Novig versus, now it's Onyx, but a minute ago, it was Novig versus Rebet. When you have exchange versus exchange, oh my gosh, go all in on that. Right here, if I had these two open right now, I can easily put down 1,000 on the under, 1,000 on the over. If it played to the over, I'd make $150. That's simple. I could also split it up the way it shows here on screen. I could do, 1,000 and 910, and also, split the profit that way. So really cool stuff, guys. And I don't know how better to demonstrate this than that you guys are sitting here watching these happen in real time. I've done 2 ARBs since this show started, and I've skipped maybe 5 or 6 different ones because I need to put money in my Novig account and recapitalize it. So, or just I've skipped a few because I'm doing a live stream and it's hard to do that. If you guys have any questions, the whole of Sharp App staff is available to help. We're all arbing. I'm in my Sharp channel, so that's probably where I think a lot of the ARB talk is going to happen. So Coach F Football Geek in the Sharp App Discord, you can ask me questions. Mitch is arbing, Anthony's arbing, stats. Schwam, I don't know if he started yet. He's been sick, but the whole crew is doing this. So feel free to ask me any questions. We also have a lot of members like Darth Pasta, BMath, and a bunch of others that have started doing this that are there to help you guys out and help each other out, learn how to do this. Super simple, super easy. I think I want to try to teach my 80-year-old dad to do this shit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I'm skeptical, but I feel like maybe, right? Just do something all day, man. Have some fun. Keep the mind active. You know what I'm saying? For the seniors, got to look out for them. But again, guys, when you're doing this, don't get too excited when you first get started. Account health is king. This is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're churning out $125 a day and it seems like not that much to you, wait until 30 days pass and you realize that $125 a day times 30 days was, like $3,500. And then you're like, holy shit, in my actual job, I only made $3,500, and then arbing, I made another $3,500. That's a $42,000 a year job. Who the hell has that job? That's a good job. You want to go take your lunch pail to work, get up on the roof in the heat, bang some shingles, or you want to sit here at your computer arbing? Seems wrong. I know. I get it. Guys, that's going to do it for this stream. Ask me questions in my channel if you have them. Remember, go to Sharp App, sign up for Pro Plus using code FOUNDERS, and that'll knock that $30 off. You will be getting this for $100 less than even the current sub price, and we'll be raising it. So if you don't do it, don't come to me. Oh, let's get this Nikki Bots one. Hold on. Let's see if we could do one more. Or what was it? Batum over 2.5 rebounds.
over 2.5. Ooh, lots. All right, look at all this. $1,000 worth of liquidity. Let's look for the other side. Batum. That's rebet. Do I have one open? Yes. All right. So what game is that? Let's scroll this over here so I can find it again. God damn it. Look at Oak Thunder Clippers, right? NBA. Rebet is a weird one. It doesn't have the freaking game. Yeah, something's weird about this today. It's missing that game. On my screen anyway. I probably have to reload it. I don't know. Couldn't get it. No go. Here's another one with Fliff. So these are coming up all throughout the day. And by the way, just one last thing. You're going to have to click on a lot of these before you do one. And usually I click on 5 or 6 of them, and I finally find one that's working, and I can take my time, press the buttons, make sure it's all good. There's no reason to rush it. If you lose one, don't sweat it. Another one pops up 5 minutes later. You see here, I sat here for an hour. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them have popped up. No sweat. If you miss one, another one's coming. There's never a time when you have to feel pressured. Just do them when they pop up. Get all your volume as much as you can each day. Again, this is a volume game. If you had $5,000 that you're working with, figure you're making about 5% on that. You make $250 a day. If you got $2,000, maybe you can make $125. It's literally a numbers game. And figure almost every ARB, you're going to average about 3 to 3.5%. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Sharp.app, Pro Plus. Ask me any questions. We're going to keep these going. I know a lot of people don't see these, so I'll keep doing these. I'm happy to teach how to use this tool. And again, what I do is I mix it in with the Proptimizer tool. I just go to the top props. And usually with this tool, I'll just give you guys one last little thing here that I do on the top props tool is I just go through and find some of these plays that have a big edge, and I do tend to bet them as well. So I'll put 25 or 50 bucks on these type of spots as well, especially if the line I'm getting, like Profit X minus 104 over 12.5. If I see like a FanDuel or a sharper book at a higher rate, especially, I'll grab those as well. So you can mix them in with some plays on the Proptimizer or not. Or if you just want to do straight ARBs and always win, do that too. All right, guys. Good stuff. Thanks for hanging out. Hit me with any questions. Promo code FOUNDERS. Remember, don't forget to put in the code because that's going to knock that price down an extra 30 bucks a month. And that will lock in forever. As long as you keep the subscription going, it will never change. I got money to be printing over here. You'll make the subscription price back in your first 2 days of doing this every single time if you have any kind of liquidity to work with. It takes a day to make that 150 bucks back. And the whole rest of the month, you're in the profit zone. So good luck, guys. Hope to see you in the ARB streets. I'll see you next time.